Welcome to the Successful Nurse Coach podcast. On this podcast, Laura
and Shelby, both board-certified nurse coaches, show you how to make as much money as you want in private practice as a nurse coach.
Welcome to the Successful Nurse Coach podcast. Today it's Laura with a little mini cold, or actually it's not a cold. I'm in denial about it being a cold. It's definitely allergies. And Shelby and I are here together to bring you the introduction to our newest menu of offers and kind of talking about why we change things, why they're so awesome, and why this is such good news for all of you listening that haven't had a chance to work with us yet.
Yeah, we're stoked. We're stoked. We were reflecting a little bit before all these podcast episodes, these where we're like talking about numbers and offers and programs. We have to like actually sit down beforehand and plan them. We don't wing them. So while we were doing our due diligence and debriefing, we've coached, 250 people since the last, since our programs went live as is, and it's been several years. And I think where I'm feeling really good about it is like, hey, we got some trends, we got some feedback, we got some preferences from our community. We have all this like real tangible stuff to go off of. And this has been, I don't know, we've been talking about this for like 6 months on like maybe one of the slowest decisions we have ever made in the history of successful nurse coaches.
Yeah, and it's also it feels really good to also respond to what people have been asking us for, and making some parts of working with us and our team and our course and our material way, way more accessible to more people, while simultaneously raising the bar of some of the other programs and making them harder to be a part of. And this is because a lot of people coming to us now, we're not their first business coach. People are finding us further in their journey. And so this is also a response to that. And Shelby and I are much better business coaches, mentors, all the things than we were 3 years ago. And I hope we're better 3 years from now. So this is also a response to us learning more, knowing more, doing better, being better, and in hopes that this serves our community just in the best way possible. We're so excited.
Totally.
You're going to be happy. You're going to be stoked.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about it. So our goal for this episode is to keep it as short and sweet as possible. We're going to put all of the links in the description. I'm going to have all of the details for you. But this essentially is going to be replacing our other podcast episodes talking about offers. And so let's hop in it.
Yeah, awesome. So the first change that we're bringing is the Preceptorship Course. So we are going to be lowering the price of the Preceptorship Course to $999. This makes it, you don't need anything else if just to get started. You wouldn't need anything else other than this course. And this course comes with everything you need to set up your practice, everything that you need to set up your business. We teach you the Successful Nurse Coach method. We give you access to all of our previous workshops. So if you're someone who wants to plug away at learning, we have so much content in it. I think it's 95 modules now. We keep adding to it. And then you also get private Facebook community for a year with access to all of our future monthly workshops. So essentially you get to be our client for a year for under $1,000 and be in community with other nurse coaches doing exactly with what you're doing. This can be great if you're working with another coach that's been trained by us, but you are like craving more instruction and more of the learning parts. This is also great if you want to try to DIY it. We don't recommend it, but many of you, this is the only option that you have in front of you, and we wanted to make it more accessible. So we're super stoked to offer that. That will probably go live sometime in May of 2024, just from a timestamp perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is completely self-paced. You do get a Facebook group where Laura and I answer questions. You'll have access to pick our brains. But I want to be really clear that there are no live calls outside of
Yeah.
workshops available in this offer, which is different than other offers we've had in the past. That's a question I get a lot. So I want to just make sure that was super clear. This is a steal. I mean, it's great info, great training, great resources. No brainer. No brainer. You can return your investment with one paid client here. Super easy. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So our second way to work with us, and if you are on our email list, you got a series of emails blasting you about Make the Leap. Make the Leap is our preceptorship course and live coaching. Okay, so you're going to get the preceptorship course. You are going to get to come to the workshops for the full 12 months, and you are going to get 4 months of live support, live coaching from our lead team members. We have a group running this summer. We'll probably run a handful of these a year, 3 or 4 of them a year. They are small group coaching, so we cap it at 15 for now. And of course, you get all like the regular things, right? You get a Facebook group to get your questions answered. In between calls, you get a community. But the energy of this space is really like dialed up to like an 8, 9, 10 of we're going to put your feet on the ground. We're going to hyper focus on client creation. So we have it framed and structured for the first 30 days. We just want you to be in the material. I want you to be learning. I want you to learn how to create clients, watch the videos Laura and I have made. And then at day 30, you start your live calls with your lead coach, and we're going to start running. We are hustling to create your first paid clients, to learn, to run alongside your peers who are on a similar mission as you. I ran a version of this in fall of 2023. I had 15 nurse coaches, and we only did it for 6 weeks. So it was much shorter. Insane success in that group. I had one client who created 5 clients in 6 weeks, which is pretty abnormal. I would not go in it with that high of an expectation, but there's a lot available, a lot of potential available here in this space.
Yeah, this is fantastic for those of you in the back part of certification that know that you really want to get started. This would be a fantastic segue to converting pro bono clients into paid clients. And we've just found that in our mentorship, the first 3 months of mentorship are really essentially a make the leap vibe, right? Because there's the primary objective. We want to constrain your perspective. We want to take all distractions out of focus, and we want to focus on just what's most important. And that's a much different experience than you have after you've had some paid clients. So Make the Leap is meant to get you your first 1 to 5 paid clients. This would be great if you've had less than 5, but if you're not sure, just email Shelby and I, and we can talk to you, or we can jump on a call with you. But this is kind of where we see everybody starting. We aren't going to invite people into mentorship without Make the Leap. And Make the Leap is kind of like the prerequisite to mentorship, unless you've had several paid clients on your own doing something different. And people ask, how long are the calls? The calls are 90 minutes long. It's a small group, and they are set times. So when you sign up, you'll know exactly when every call is, what time it is, and how long it'll be. And this is a short sprint. And that leads us into our most popular offer, and the one that we still love and stand by, and that is the mentorship. So the mentorship has changed. The mentorship is still a year long, but it is. Oh, did you want to talk about price with Make the Leap, actually, Shelby?
Oh, yeah, we can. Let's mention it. Yeah. So with Make the Leap, we are starting at $3,999 for the 4 months. And we'll talk how this plays into mentorship as well, because we don't want to like double ding you guys here and price gouge you. That would feel gross for us. But that we do have payment plans available for Make the Leap. You can check them out at the link below. But that is the pay in full price for Make the Leap.
Yeah. Awesome. That includes our course as well. So it goes,
Mhm.
accompanies our course. And then the mentorship it's a year-long small group. These groups are 8 or less. So this is a even smaller group and a longer call. This is a 2-hour call. This is business mentorship. This is coaching. This is deep coaching. This is deeply transformational in all the ways that you don't think business coaching is going to be. This is laying deeper foundations. This is finding your niche. This is figuring out who you are as a coach and becoming a better coach. So there's slightly different objectives in Make the Leap and in mentorship. But mentorship requires you to have had a paid client to be a part of now. That's the new bar.
Mhm.
We find that 0 to 1 paid client is one journey, and then 1 paid client to 10 is another journey. And so we're going to accommodate the spaces to really focus on those objectives.
Yeah.
The program's kind of developed into 2 phases. So phase 1 is the first 6 months, and it's small group coaching calls, 2 one-on-ones with your lead coach. Right now, that'll be Shelby and me, and 2 peer coaching rounds as well as workshops. And phase 2 is 10 small group coaching calls, 2 one-on-ones, 2 peer coaching rounds, and workshops. So it is more intense in phase 1, a little less intense in phase 2, and the investment reflects that. So the new investment for mentorship is $12,500 for the year-long program. And if you want to come to retreat, it is $14,500. So retreat will now be an optional thing to opt into. We used to include it and just make everybody go, but we are making it optional. And the retreat will be in spring of 2025.
Yeah. So this meets, I think, out of all of our feedback that we've ever gotten on the mentorship, it is repetitively, can we have one-on-one time? Can we have one-on-one sessions? And to give a little like context to decisions made in the past, we used to, like when we first started, we just, however many one-on-one calls you needed, we would offer. And very, very well intended. But what we found was that some folks would come to the call and not play full out in the group dynamic,
Yeah.
which would dilute the experience. But then in lieu of, they would just book and book and book and book one-on-ones, right? And I mean, that's kind of obvious. We set it up that way for it to happen. And so we swung the other way of like, okay, we can offer one-on-ones at the coach's discretion, which we do often. But we're not going to like put it in writing, and it's worked. But I think that we're meeting people one-on-one anyway. So we just want to be like transparent about that you are getting one-on-one time with us in the mentorship space. And also too, why I think Make the Leap and the mentorship play so well together is there are, I don't know, Laura, like, what would you say, like 20%, which is still pretty low, but about 20% of folks are ready for the mentorship. They jump into the mentorship, and then like shit kind of hits the fan in life, right? Like something happens, and they we're kind of stuck, of the mentorship is cohort style. We don't do refunds. And this offers, I think, at Make the Leap, if that is the bucket that you fall in and you're like, I just need a few months to like get my feet under me and then I'll be back on the horse here. Make the Leap kind of allows for a natural pause after that 4-month continues over. And then you can jump in to the mentorship, and it's not coming at a time cost to you, which also feels really excellent on our end as well. Gives us a little bit more flexibility. And you've heard Laura and I say over and over and over again, it takes time. Give yourself time. Slow down to speed up. All of these things. And I think that with this new structure, it just allows us to relax into that truth and like, again, keep the bar really high for mentorship and also meet you where you're at if life is a little unhinged at the moment, which it can be from time to time.
Yeah. We're basically separating kind of like the grades. We're separating the grades into different pods so that we can teach more grade specific material, and you can be surrounded by people that are doing the same things as you. And also we've had an influx of people who aren't brand new coaches that want to work with us. And so mentorship for many people will be the next best step because you'll be in a room of 8 paid coaches. And our final offer, which is invite only still to this day, but we'll kind of give you what it is. It's Master Mentorship. And this is our year 2 program that you have to have had 10 paid clients to go through. We also assess for readiness because we don't sell programs just to sell programs and make revenue. We actually sell programs to people that we think that is the best fit. And for some of our year 2 peeps, they want to do one-on-one coaching. So while Master Mentorship has a one-on-one component to it, it is not a primarily one-on-one program. It's still primarily a group program. But Master Mentorship is our year 2 program. I'm not going to give much more details about that. But if you're listening to this and you're not sure if you would fit into mentorship or masters, just email us and we can get on a call with you. I have several calls this week with people looking into what could be next for them. We've been doing this long enough that we can support people at different parts of the journey, and they're all different fun parts that all have different challenges and sets of rules. And it's fun to segregate you guys into spaces that are really potent, that everybody's kind of rowing in the same direction, doing the same things. And we're hoping that this answers a lot of the feedback that we've had over the years of what people are looking for and what they want. And we're responding to that appropriately.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels fun. It feels fresh. It feels exciting. Being able to, we've had, I don't know, like what, 10 coaches reflect to us, Laura, that coaching new coaches is hard work and that most people graduate themselves out of this niche as soon as they are able to, right? As soon as they become relevant to a different population. And we've kind of just continued to double down here in this space over and over and over again. And so I'm excited to breathe a little new life into our programs, into our offers, into our retreats, into all of it, and just really allow for a lot of, honestly, flexibility on both sides of the coin for us and for everyone who wants to jump in. So a little like top to bottom recap here. Preceptorship, $999. The self-paced course, you're flying solo in the course. You're flying by yourself. You can jump in, make the leap. We will be hosting those a few times a year. Group of 15. Hyper focus on creating your first paid client, first 1 to 5 paid clients, really. And then mentorship. You must have your first paid client to be in that space. The price point is, oh, did I skip Make the Leap again? I skipped the price on that. $3,999 for Make the Leap. Mentorship, $12,500 with an optional retreat upgrade to 14,500 for the retreat.
Yes. And we'll have all the logistics in the description for you guys. We also will be updating all of our websites and all of our places so that you can, if you know you want to work with us, you can find the appropriate place. And we can't wait to hear from you and hear what you think about this. It's fun. This is super fun. We used to run the old preceptorship had some really awesome parts to it. And we're kind of taking the best parts of that and reinvigorating it into Make the Leap.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to have our back here, and if you find an outdated link in an email or somewhere, please holler, screenshot it and send it to me so that I can find it. That is kind of like the ultimate game of cat and mouse that we're playing right now, is tracking down all of the breadcrumbs we've laid in the internet for the past 3 years. So if you find an outdated one, I would love for you to help me on that one. But we're excited. We hope you're excited. This new pricing is essentially, I mean, it's May in 2024 when we're recording this. We are planning a mentorship for September of 2024. So pricing goes into effect soon now.
Yeah. Yep. And that's, we have a limited amount of spots for that. So if that's something you're interested in, tell me now, because I think we'll probably sell out in the next few months for September.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. Our goal was 15 minutes. We made it to 19. That's pretty good.
Yay!
That's pretty good.
Not too
Go
bad.
us.
All right, guys.
Team.
For those of you who didn't really want to be marketed to for this 19 minutes. We apologize. We'll be back to our regular scheduled value adding programming next week. And as always, come join us in the Facebook group. Come check out some of our free workshops, and we hope to see you soon.
All right, everybody. See you next week. Bye.